Good morning, Cadre. Thursday, July 26th. This is the last day with the Timeless. So I've taken the Timeless, I've loaded it up with this Astro Blade. It's going to be the third shave on it during this comparison between the Aristocrat and the Timeless. So I'm looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed this comparison that I've been doing. I haven't been able to talk about it as much on the forums. Been super busy at work this week. The end of July is always a busy month for us because it's the middle of our fiscal year, so it's mid-year. So I've got performance evaluations I'm giving, receiving. We're having some big changes at work. So it's just been very, very, very busy. And then couple that with the fact that I'm off all of next week, and then booking travel for later in the month of August. Things have just gotten a little crazy, so I'm hoping to increase my traffic and participation on the site soon. But regardless, I've enjoyed this. I hope those of you that are following along have enjoyed it. And what I'm going to be using today is I'm sticking with a similar soap base, right? But this time, this is WSP Formula T Matterhorn. I really like WSP, and I know they make soaps for a few different companies out there too, so that's why you saw the Asylum yesterday. You're going to see another one made from this company tomorrow, made from WSP tomorrow. But today's Matterhorn. This is a fun cologne scent. It's a nice, cool scent. I think it's also modeled after that Creed Silver Mountain Water. I enjoy it, so that's what I'm going to be using today. So it's a hard puck again, so I've had it blooming a little bit. I'm going to dump a little bit of bloom water into my Captain's Choice bowl, and I will rub the rest into my face. As I just got out of the shower, I throw on clothes, usually gym shorts and a t-shirt, hence the wrinkles in the shirt usually, or a concert t-shirt, something to that effect. So it's just something, is how I'm usually doing it. I'm not, and then I get dressed for work. So I'm using the same Razor Rock brush. Again, it will get its use tomorrow also. What my plan is tomorrow I'm going to split the face, half with the Timeless, half with the Aristocrat, so it should be fun. So I'm going to pause you guys real quick while I go ahead and load and lather. So I'll be right back. Okay, lather is made. One thing I've noticed is using this space now 2 days in a row, it's actually a very thirsty soap. You know, it takes a lot of water to get to the lather that I like, which I still think my lather that I like still tends to be a little bit drier than what some people are using, but I always feel like it's plenty enough wet to get the job done. That's one thing, you know, we've talked about it plenty of times, and it will continue to come up. That is one of the great things about this hobby is that you really just kind of have to find what your preference is, and then continue, just try and duplicate that every morning or whenever it is that you shave. So, to the Timeless. It's a good razor. It's good. The Astro Blades that I'm using, I can get about 6 shaves out of them. Sometimes less, sometimes more. And the reason why I kept with the blade is because I wanted to know how the combo would be as I worked through multiple shaves with the razor. Because in my opinion, the first shave with any new blade is usually a little bit rough. And then after that, it's going to stay smooth. Now, I have noticed sometimes, though, that some razors require a sharper blade to deliver you a good shave. The Astra SP is a sharp blade. It's, but I also think it's not the sharpest. It's not like a feather or something to that effect. But it's a no derby also, right? I mean, this is a preferred blade by many. So I figured by using this blade in this comparison and making it go multiple days, it shows that it's the razor doing majority of the work, right? It's helping put the blade at the right angle. It's stuff along those lines. It's the razor, we're staying constant. I felt like if I switched up blades or stuff along those lines, like one day if I used a feather in one of them or something to that effect, it could change things. And I don't like to use the feather blades in DEs. I like them in my SEs, but not in my DEs. So, okay, so that was my first pass. We're going to talk about that tomorrow too. I'm going to pause you guys. I'll be right back. So 1 second. So one of the things that has been discussed is, well, what head do I buy, right? If you're doing the stainless steel with your timeless, do you do the 0.68 gap, the 0.95, and I think if you go to brass, I think you can go up a little bit to a 0.78 or something. I don't know. I haven't really eyeballed the brass razors as much, but I believe you can do a 0.78. One of the things is that you don't necessarily need aggressiveness if the razor is putting the blade in a good position and it allows you as the user to also help put, the geometry of the head, the base plate, and the cap with the blade in there. If it allows you to also get it to the right position for the perfect shave. And that's one thing that the Timeless does well. The Aristocrat does too, I'll be honest with you. But what I love about this razor is even at the 0.68, even though like before, when I'm not using it, when I'm using a different razor, or when I'm pulling it out, or when I'm talking about it on the forums, I always ask myself, did I miss out? We'll start to do another with the green pass. Get distracted. But I always ask myself, should I buy or should I have bought the 0.95? I always ask myself that. But do you want to know when I don't ask myself that? Right now. Using the 0.68 right now and getting the shave, you realize I don't need it. And this is coming from a guy who uses aggressive razors primarily. I don't claim to be a scientist or to understand some of those reasons why, but the fact that, but what I can say is as a regular DE user for 4 years now, is that the geometry of the head, coupled with the cap, coupled with how it holds the blade at a certain angle, is going to help determine the quality of shave that you get, and with how much effort you have to put in to get the results that you want. So think about that when you're getting ready to purchase your next razor. So This is the only cleanup spot I had for BBS today. So, and again, that's with a blade on its third use. So, you know, a lot of people will toss the blade on their third use. And that's fine. I do a lot of that too. I mean, blades are so cheap. They're the cheapest things. Don't skimp on blades. I chose the Astra SP because I knew that I could get 4, really 3.5 shaves out of it because I'm doing this split tomorrow. I knew I could get it. So it'll be interesting. Again, tomorrow's video might be a little bit longer. I've been trying to keep these ones shorter. It's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. I'm really looking forward to it. Tomorrow's shave. I've never used 2 razors before in one shave, so I hope I do it justice, because I think there have been some YouTube videos out there put out by others where they did something similar, and I didn't really like the way they did it, because it was like the first use of 2 razors or the first use of 1 razor. And I'll be honest with you, after using the Aristocrat one time and the Timeless one time back to back, I'm like, ooh, Timeless is significantly better. That was after shave 1, guys. That's where I was at. So hype will get you. So that's why I wanted to use them each. What I chose was 3 times. I figured, all right, 3 is a good way to really understand a razor, get familiar with it, and now I'm breaking them in, so to speak. So that's kind of where I'm at. Rinse real quick. I know I leave my water running in it. I don't want to be classified as wasteful by any stretch, but we have extremely low flow faucets and stuff like that, so my neighbors always ask me, how is your guys' water bill so cheap? So, and I do have 2 kids, you know, that leave the water running or taking baths and things along those lines, have to water a lawn. I do let it yellow, ain't gonna lie, but, so yeah. So, put on a little bit of witch hazel, let that dry out. I'm gonna squeeze out the brush. But I'm really looking forward to this shave tomorrow. I haven't, shaving, what it's turned into for me, because it used to be 100% a chore. I hated it. Right, using the Gillette Fusion monstrosity and canned goo from Edge and stuff like that. I hated it. It was a chore. It's not a chore now. I mean, it's still something that I enjoy. But what it is now, what I will say that it is now, is it's a task, right? Most of the time, unless I'm using something new. And then that dissipates quickly. I love using new soaps, absolutely love it, but the hobby's evolved for me, which there's nothing wrong with. That's going to happen. It naturally happens. I haven't bought a new coin for a while either, so I didn't get that very cleaned. Bristles were still clumping together. I don't want to store my brush with that amount of soap in it. There's always a little bit left. After I'm done with this video tomorrow, when I return from vacation, this brush is going to go through a massive cleaning process. It's you know, daily use. There we go, that's much better. Okay. All right, so the aftershave today is, guess what? WSP Matterhorn. This one has a touch of menthol in it. I had him add when he was doing that. It is a favorite of mine. I really enjoy the scent. I'm not a big fan of menthol though, like I thought I was when I bought this. The cold gets to me, sometimes. I do use it and I do enjoy it, and I'll show you guys here in a second because I keep it out, but it gets a lot of use during football season. Well, the beginning of football season, because it gets a little cold as the season moves on, usually as we get into later fall. But whenever I mow the lawn or whenever I'm working a game or something along those lines, I use this a lot. And I just tough it up because that cold is good for you. So that was the WSP Matterhorn. It is cold. I mean, I can feel it now. My eyes start to squint. I asked him when I was ordering it, I emailed him. I said, I'd like a little bit of menthol, but I don't want a lot. He says, oh, I can do that for you. Whew, it's cold. What I will be using, but I got to go change and all that fun stuff. But I did purchase the cologne from them. It's a scent that I like enough. It's the WSP Matterhorn cologne. My only complaint about these is the atomizer. You take one squirt and you felt like you took a bath in it. But it's good stuff, so I recommend it. But that's my shave. If you haven't joined us, hit us up at theshavingcadre.com. Look forward to tomorrow. Be sure to check in for tomorrow and watch that one and see how the comparison goes. I will call out what I prefer, and I'll also write up what I prefer tomorrow. So it should be a fun journey tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. And then I go out of town, and I'll be gone for a week, Friday to Friday. And then I'll be coming back. And then on that Saturday, I've got football clinic. So it's going to be a busy time for me for the next month or so as I kick off football season. Got some business travel stuff along those lines, but it should be fun. So if you guys have any questions, reach out. Please join us at theshavingcadre.com. You know, we've got a lot of things going on, a lot of great things, a lot of great conversation. There's always something cool going on the website that I enjoy. But aside from that, hope you all have a great day, Cadre. Happy Thursday.